Good evening, my people. Here, January 3rd, 2024. And what I wanted to talk about right now, actually, to start off before what I was going to get into, is that when it comes to meditation, okay, so meditating and praying, kind of two different things, but I'm going to talk about why you can use them together. Um, So when I was first learning, okay, to be brief on this, when I was first learning, or when you start learning about meditating, and it doesn't have to be specific to Buddhism, I guess that's to say, like, its roots started like that. It can be very, very overwhelming, especially when you start actually like really getting into it, and people that have meditated for a long time and all this sort of stuff, all our elders and people in history that have been doing it. But you can find different ways that would be considered, meditative. I've talked about this before, such as doing simple, basic tasks, really slow, like washing dishes, or there's also walking meditation, sitting meditation, all those sorts of things. But I didn't want to, be a lesson today. I basically just wanted to say is, um, or even something like just sitting in a black room, right? Quiet. Um, so what I'm trying to say, or what I wanted to say about this is, aside from it just being overwhelming, is thinking that there is nation, or talk about enlightenment and all that sort of stuff. From my experience, I've kept it on a really basic level. I've been doing it for so long, probably about 20 years, but I didn't really get really, really, serious about it, or doing it more often until I was in my 30s, and it was sitting meditation, and so I wanted to at least describe my experience of how it's been beneficial, in terms of I have mostly just used it, I guess, to say for clearing and stilling my mind, but I really did more so getting into it when I needed to find a way to go in and basically deal with myself, right? And probably the confrontation with my family member right before I started learning Krav Maga is like when it got really intense for me, and I was just doing it faithfully, like 30 minutes every night. And that's when I was more faithful to it, and it was a really intense healing time for me. So my the piece of advice that I wanted to give is, like, for those of you that might be interested in it, and let's just say even for 2 minutes you take that baby step and you close your eyes, put your phone down, or even you're sitting in front of the computer, just close your eyes and don't try to focus so much on like to stop thinking more than letting thoughts come and go and pass, and start there. That's just a little basic. I didn't want to go into it too much, but basically you can still get the benefit of it, by, as long as you practice, by just stilling your mind, breathing. Countdown is a way to get into that place too, as well. Um, because before I used to think a lot more about it is actually to get to a place, enlightenment, and I'm going to see all these things and experience all these things, and all these things that I feel like was really overwhelming. And really meditating can be one of those, meditating or journaling, those two things for me really can help you find the answers inside. Like, maybe you've heard people say that all the answers lie within us. And I wasn't necessarily sure how to interpret that. But once you start asking questions, that's maybe a better way to put it, like coaching yourself, how do I deal with this situation? How can I make this better? How can I improve it? Um, Asking questions like that. So I kind of incorporated that into my meditation moments. Now it's a little bit more challenging, because almost I feel like I fall asleep almost every time, no matter the time of day. So for me, in getting the quiet minds, I sometimes I will get answers, or I'm sorry, questions that will just come from nowhere, or answers for that matter, without me asking anything. So I just wanted to encourage you to, on just a very basic level, like I said, if you are trying to seek solutions for yourself, and this is, maybe you're not going to a therapist, or somebody who's, I've never really been to one, or somebody else you consult with. Sometimes they're not always there. Maybe you're not getting the answers that you want. This is what we mean, is that the answers are inside of you. So how are you able to dig deep? Well, by stilling your mind and or journaling. Journaling will cause something called free writing, and you will just start writing and getting answers. Okay, so the reason that this came up today, or what I wanted to talk about, is I feel like the past, I don't know, 5 years in what I call is kind of like isolation. It was kind of around the time of pandemic. I don't know to say that it was coincidence, but this is when I was learning some of my deepest lessons, including realizing the energy that I have put in relationships. A lot of people have advised me and made comments to me over my lifetime, but I had to learn it in my own way. And the bottom line is, I feel like these these years have been, helping me become more free of, if you want to say, my attachment to people. But sometimes I feel like it was really a big test in seeing if I would go dark, because what I ended up learning, I feel like it just made me really bitter, and asking myself, like, why was this a good thing to learn? Like, really, why was this good, that I feel like I've put so much into my relationships, platonic, mostly wise, or romantic, whatever you want to call them, because a lot of relationships can also have a romantic undertone, because the love is always there. Um, it's okay, and realizing too that, relationships maybe aren't as meaningful to other people as they are to me, right? And people are only going to give what they know what to give, or how to give, or their concepts of love. So how was learning that, how much, energy I have given, how much I have put in of my own volition, is that how you pronounce it? Of my own doing, and I enjoy doing it, realizing, how much of it was me. Like, um, and now moving forward, yes, I can learn, okay, who I want to give my energy to, but it really does make you think all sorts of things, bitter things, negative things about other people, when there's really nobody to blame. Like, it's okay. Maybe again, this is going back to putting expectations on others, but this is just a part of the walking of the world. There's a lot of people that feel like this. I'm not the only one. This is but it really can not make you dark and bitter, and not want to be involved with people, and want to walk away from the world, and move far away, and not have anything to do with anybody, and not help anybody. And that's what I feel like right now, is that this has been a huge test. I want to say the past like 5 years, in that, yes, I feel free. Yes, I guess I don't even know to say that I feel better. I guess I feel better because I feel freer, but it makes me sad about people. And like I said, it's okay that they may not feel the same way, right? You hold on to the people that want to be around you and share life with you. And there are some people specifically that I've thought about, that I was acquaintance slash friends with them, and then you step back and you see how they don't reach out as at all, or if they do, it's very minimal. And I don't know, I guess I'm shocked, even as much as I know that people come in and out of our lives. And just shocked at looking at the different parts of their personality where it's like, oh, yeah, they were nice people, but I kind of can't believe they never said thank you, or I had to mention it for the one person to actually say it. And maybe this is all, though, going back to some people being shy or no social skills. That could be the answer, right? But I guess it is shocking to me, like the thank you thing. Like I know people have different forms of etiquette, but yeah, I'm just shocked. And again, that's just another thing that could make me really bitter. So that's all for tonight, folks. Uh, I will talk to you soon and more, and another night on what is coming next in Nora Finchland. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.